think what is most shocking is that trafficking is a crime that has unbelievable financial resources to the perpetrator. If you sell drugs and they're gone. If you sell guns, they're gone. If you have a human being who can keep producing revenue for you over and over again, you have a cash cow. And the ability for people to use power and manipulation over another human being will continue to shock me till the day I die.
People often parallel human trafficking as modern-day slavery, and many people are surprised to hear that something like that exists in the world and even locally in our communities here in a developed nation like the United States.
People who are victims of trafficking are bought and sold and used like we use our lawnmowers and our cars and our computers as something that helps us get a job done. And whether that job is in the sex industry or whether that job is in domestic servitude or in the agricultural industry, it surprises me, and I hope it always surprises me, that people can use other people like that.
For me, two of the main ways to actually attack human trafficking or human slavery is that you need to bring awareness about it, and then you need to take some kind of action. The truth of the matter is people just really aren't aware of how prevalent it is. Row for Freedom is about 6 women rowing across the ocean for the cause of human trafficking and to raise awareness and to raise funds. The actual route is from the Canary Islands to Barbados, basically the transatlantic route, the old slave route in Columbus days. So it has that particular significance. When I found out I had the opportunity to row across the ocean for the cause of human trafficking, I was assisted by a career counselor in CU. She connected me up with Sterling Harris of COVA, because for me it was important, if I was going to row for the cause, that I had an understanding, a real understanding.
COVA is the Colorado Organization for Victim Assistance. We started in 1982. It's basically a membership agency to support all those agencies who deal with crime victims. So domestic violence shelters, rape crisis lines, law enforcement, district attorneys, all those agencies that come in contact or intersect with crime victims. Our major goal is to make sure that when a person has been affected by crime, all the systems are in place to make sure that there's safety for the crime victim, that there's healing, that there's justice, and there's restitution. With a trafficking victim, there is long-term needs that a law enforcement agency can't provide. Trafficking victims are different from other victims in that they are isolated. Most of the time that when a crime happens, people have friends and family and a support system. Human trafficking victims do not. We provide case management across the state to do housing, translation, food, medical, whatever's needed to make sure that that person has the support in getting out of the trafficking situation.
COVA offers intensive case management, which really I see as support for the client's desires.
We are spending a lot of time having the client guide the process of identifying what their needs are and how they want to get their needs met. If we use a traditional sort of practitioner as the holder of the wisdom and client as the recipient of our services approach, we believe that we are continuing to promote exploitation and power and control that existed in the trafficker-victim relationship.
We also really help advocate through the process of whatever legal case they might have, if they choose to file charges against their trafficker, or if that's even a choice. We also provide a liaison between some of the really complicated things that happen, particularly for foreign nationals.
Many times with our new clients, we are orienting them to their community surroundings, teaching a client how to ride the bus, giving them a bus pass.
We also provide financial support for our clients, so if somebody can't make rent, somebody needs $50 for a winter coat.
We had a client who was a minor when she was trafficked. She became homeless as a result of that. She was a foreign national, and so she wasn't eligible for certain federal benefits that we as U.S. citizens are. So she wasn't eligible for food stamps, she wasn't eligible for Medicaid, and so we had to be creative with the resources that we have at COVA, which don't have restrictions about legal status attached to them, and we're able to find her housing, medical services, mental health services, educational services. She is becoming self-sufficient. She wouldn't have had access to any of those things through any other avenue.
The surprise that clients feel that there is a program out there that is specifically for the experiences that they've gone through and to help people who have gone through their same experiences. I think that means a lot to people to name it, and to name it as a bad thing, and to name it as an experience that victimized them, and to say that we're here to help them because of that.
The resilience that I have experienced with the people who I have come in contact with in trafficking is phenomenal. Their ability to take the worst situation that any of us could ever imagine in our life, of being in prison and being forced to work, and coming out of that, having the vision and the resilience to create life a good.
You don't have to row across the ocean to bring awareness about human trafficking. It just happens to be what I'm doing. And I think the most important thing is that if people can just be inspired, both from what I'm doing to push myself, as well as to find out more about slavery and do whatever they can do to help end it in our lifetime.
I think we need all eyes and ears on deck so that people are paying attention, because trafficking victims are totally isolated from our society. Unless other people are looking to help, it doesn't happen.
Our money essentially is a vote against or for the exploitation of people. And so I think it's a very powerful thing, probably something we don't talk about enough, being very aware of where our products are coming from and utilizing our money to influence whether or not we're supporting this crime or opposing it.
We have the skill set here within our people to take care of the needs of clients. It is now down to awareness and funding and making sure that our program is viable and strong, so that when I go to meet a client and I say, I'm going to be here for you until our case management relationship ends, that I'm not lying to them.
One of the things that I've learned doing this work is not everybody can do it, but everybody can reach in their wallet and pay $5, $10, whatever that is for them, and help in that way. Oftentimes, it doesn't seem possible to correct a situation by being personally involved. And so this is a situation where you don't need to be personally involved, but by giving, you can make a difference.